which I listen to like all the time on the daily. I was introduced to her last year and I can't stop listening to her. I love her so much. She's definitely giving folklore. You've probably heard It's Okay, I'm Okay, been on repeat. Hey everyone, welcome back to my channel. I'm Bella, and today I'm going to be showing you guys new artists if you Swifties are looking for new artists to listen to. When I first got into Taylor Swift, I kind of went down a rabbit hole and only listened to her for a very long time. These are for the Swifties who like are looking for new artists to listen to. As you notice by the title of the video, if you like Taylor Swift, you'll like these artists and you should listen to them because they're great. So I'm going to go by each genre. I'll have timestamps like in the description so you can like click to see what you want, like which genre you're looking for. But we have country, which is debut, Fearless. We have country pop, which is Speak Now and Red. We have pop synth, which is 1989, Reputation, Lover, Midnights, The Torture Poets Remit. And the last one is folk, which is just like folklore and evermore. So yeah, I'm going to be separating these into different categories based off of like, if you like, for example, Evermore, let's go to the folk section. If you like 1989, go to the pop synth section. But before we begin, please make sure to like the video, maybe subscribe if you want to check out my other videos, comment down below any video ideas, and yeah. Starting with country, which is debut and Fearless, we have Zach Bryan. Also, I'm gonna try not to be doing too many like artists who like are super popular and who you guys like already know about. For example, like I didn't mention like Ariana Grande or Billie Eilish or anything like that because like they're like really popular and like you probably heard them. I'm trying to do lower artists that you probably haven't heard of, but I did add a few like really popular ones in here just like in case you literally genuinely only listen to Taylor Swift. There's my cat. And in case you like genuinely only listen to Taylor Swift, here are these artists. He's super popular. You probably heard of him. He makes country music. I think that his writing is really great. I don't listen to him all the time because I'm not a huge country person. I used to be, but no longer. And I do like Zach Bryan. I like his voice and his writing is incredible. And it reminds me a lot of Taylor Swift. Next we have Maren Morris. Is that how you say it? I think. Maren Morris? Yeah, I don't know. Correct me if I'm wrong. She is a country singer. She's kind of like pop country, but I'd say most of her music is country. Her writing is really great. I haven't been like too deep into it, but you've probably heard of her if you've listened to You All Over Me. She's featured on Taylor Swift's album. So if you like You All Over Me, you'll probably like Maren Morris. She does like slower country songs, which I really like. And then next we have Casey Musgraves. You've probably heard of her, but I really like her. She has also been featured on Call Me Back with Kahan, or she was featured on it. Kahan's album, Calls Me Back, which I love that song, and she's also featured on a Zach Bryan song as well, so they kind of link together. Anyway, yeah, I really like her. One of my favorite songs by her is Follow Your Arrow. I think that's a really good song. And that's all for the country section. I know we have very little, but I don't really listen to country, so I don't know too much country singers. These are just the ones that remind me most of Taylor Swift. Okay, next we've arrived to the country/pop section, which is Speak Now and Red. Starting with Lauren Spencer Smith. She is more of like slow country pop. She's labeled as country pop. I don't know if she necessarily is. All of her music, I'm a big fan of her. I love her. I've listened to all of her songs. I love them all. I think some of them give that vibe, but it's mostly leaning on the pop section if you like that. It's definitely giving Speak Now and Red for sure. And yeah, some of my favorite songs by her is Narcissist and That Part. Okay, next we have one of my favorite singers, Maddie Grace. She's a newer artist and she just came out with a new song called London is Lonely, and I love that song. It's so good, and she's definitely country pop for sure. She's kind of like, some of her songs are country, some of her songs are like full country, and then some of her songs are like pop, more pop. But yeah, I definitely really like Maddie Grace. She's definitely like country pop in my opinion. And she's a lot of slower songs too, but I really love Maddie Grace. Okay, next, this one, he isn't technically labeled as country pop when you look him up, but he definitely does remind me of country pop. He's labeled as pop, and I think he's definitely pop, but he does give a country vibe in my opinion, and that is Role Model. I was actually introduced to him when I saw Gracie Abrams on tour a few weeks ago, and he was actually really good. I was really surprised. I'd never really listened to him. I heard the song, if you know the song Deeply Still in Love with You, I love that song, and I had no idea it was by him, so I was really surprised when he started singing that because he was the opener. But yeah, I think he definitely gives a country vibe in my opinion, but he does have a lot of slower songs, but again, in my opinion, they're kind of like Speak Now, Red vibes. Okay, and then the last person, you have Kelsea Ballerini. You've probably heard of her, but if you haven't, she makes like country pop music. She's like definitely in between. I don't know too much about her. I haven't listened to her all that much, but I do like some of her songs, and I think she's really good at writing, and she definitely reminds me of Taylor Swift's like Speak Now for sure. Okay, now we've arrived to the pop / synth section, and there is one R&B artist on here because I feel like it kind of reminds me of Reputation, but we'll get to that later. Number 1, self-explanatory, we have Olivia Rodrigo. If you've probably heard of her, I'm sure you have, but if you happen to not have heard of Olivia Rodrigo or haven't listened to any of her music, it's definitely leaning on like the rock side. So if you like Reputation, I would say a lot like 1990 Reputation for sure. She makes like punk kind of pop music, and yeah, you've probably heard of her, I'm assuming. I just thought I should mention it. And most Olivia Rodrigo fans are Taylor Swift fans, so. Then next we have a newer artist. Well, she's actually not a newer artist. She's been putting out music for a very long time, but she kind of blew up recently, and that's Chappel Roan. You guys know I love. And she's definitely like 1989 for sure. Like 1989 gives me like 80s kind of pop, in my opinion, 90s pop, 80s, 90s, and Chappel Roan is definitely giving that. She is so fun. Her music is like so fun to listen to, and it makes you happy. So if you want someone who like just makes you happy, genuinely, listen to that. If you want a crying song though, listen to Kaleidoscope. It's very underrated. If you want a crying song, listen to Kaleidoscope. Next we have another artist who recently blew up, but I've loved her for a very long time. And when people say, like, oh my gosh, her new album, or her second album is so great, it's not. It's not her second album. She's created a ton of albums. I think 6 or 7. But that is Sabrina Carpenter. I love Sabrina Carpenter. I've loved her ever since I used to watch Girl Meets World. I love her so much. Her music is so good. If you haven't heard any of your music, I know you have. Everyone and their mother has heard Espresso and like Please Please Please, Nonsense, you know. But definitely check out her older music too. I feel like it's definitely really good as well. My favorite album of hers is probably Singular Act 1, I'd say, which is definitely like this. She has Singular Act 1 and Singular Act 2, which are definitely giving Reputation. So if you like Reputation 1999, check out Singular Act 1 and 2. So good. And then obviously her new album Short and Sweet just came out, so if you definitely like 1999 and like Midnights, check that out. And then next we have a pretty self-explanatory one, Harry Styles. Need I say more? I love Harry Styles with my entire heart. He's incredible. His writing is beyond our time. I say he's beyond his time, or our time. He's beyond his time. His music is incredible. When I tell you it's incredible, it's incredible. His writing, chef's kiss. Some of my favorite songs by him are Matilda. Don't get me started on Matilda. It's so good and sad and depressing, and I love it. If you definitely like Lover, you'll like Fine Line. He does have a lot of slower songs for sure, but he has a lot of upbeat songs. If you like rock, kind of like just like funky, listen to Kiwi. which everyone hates on. I love that song. I'm sorry, I love Kiwi. It's just a fun song. Okay, next we have Tay McRae, which again, she kind of blew up recently, even though she's been singing for a very long time. I haven't been listening to her for that long, just kind of when she blew up, when like Grady blew up, but I love her. She's incredible. If you like Midnights, I would say, and the Torture Poets Department, definitely if you like Midnights and Torture Poets Department, listen to Tay McRae. I love her. She's so good. She makes a lot of sad songs, but recently, and like slow songs, but recently she's been kind of like getting more upbeat. You've probably heard It's Okay, I'm Okay, been on repeat. But yeah, I love Tay McRae, so definitely recommend you listening to her. Next, we have McKenna Grace, which if you've probably heard of her or seen her if you've seen Ghostbusters, like the newer ones, like Frozen Empire and stuff. I actually had no idea she made music until very recently, and it's incredible. It's so good. Yeah, and she's definitely a smaller artist, so you should definitely check her out. Yeah, if you like probably Reputation, you'll like her, I'd say. She's a good amount of like rock pop songs too, so yeah, I definitely like that. My favorite songs by her are probably You Ruin Nirvana and Do All My Friends Hate Me. Okay, next, this one is technically R&B, like alternative, but it definitely reminds me of Reputation a little bit, and her songwriting is so good, and that's SZA. You've probably heard of her, but I just had to mention SZA because I love SZA. I love SZA. So yeah, if you like her, Taylor Swift, like songwriting, definitely listen to. And like you like R&B alternative, listen to SZA. Okay, we've reached the folk section, which is my personal favorite, which I listen to like all the time on the daily. This is the biggest category because yeah, I listen to it the most. Okay, so starting with the first one, we have Conan Gray, which I love Conan Gray. He has recently been making more upbeat songs in his newest album, but I love him so much. You've probably heard the song Heather. Yeah, I love him. My favorite album by him is Super 8, and my favorite song is probably Family Line, Astronomy, or The Story in Kid Crow. Stop. And then Heather, obviously. I love Heather. It's so good. Next, we have Phoebe Bridgers. I love Phoebe Bridgers. She's definitely giving folklore 100%. Her lyrics are literally so sad, but so good, so beautifully written. She's an incredible songwriter, and as a writer myself, I love lyrics, and her lyrics are so good. As a writer, I want the endings of my books, like the final sentence, to sound like the ending of Phoebe Bridgers songs. Like, her songs are so poetic and beautiful, like you need to listen to them. They're so good. And then going off of Phoebe Bridgers, she has a band with 2 other women. I forget their names, I apologize. But that is Boy Genius. I love Boy Genius. It's so good. They basically make the same type of music that Phoebe Bridgers does, kind of slow, beautifully written songs. And their voices blend so well together. Their harmonization is so good, and I definitely recommend if you like folklore. Her songs kind of remind me of like Mirrorball and Seven. If you like those songs, definitely check her out. Next, we have one of my favorite singers ever, Gracie Abrams. Again, lately she's been doing more upbeat songs, so like kind of more like Evermore, I guess. But a lot of her like older albums, like Good Riddance, is definitely more folklore. And I love Gracie Abrams. I actually saw her, like I said, in tour a couple weeks ago, and best night of my entire life. I loved her. She's such a good performer, and her writing and lyrics and music is just so good, and you should definitely check her out. Next, we have another self-explanatory one for folk, Lana Del Rey. I love Lana Del Rey. Again, her songwriting is incredible. All these artists are very much so like deeply like lyric heavy, because they're in the folk and it's more based off of lyrics. But yeah, Lana Del Rey is just like incredible, has incredible lyricism, and she's just so good. You probably heard of her. And then next we have Reneé Rapp, which I was introduced to her last year, and I can't stop listening to her. I love her so much. She definitely has some pop, more upbeat songs, but a lot of her songs are slow, especially on Snow Angel, and definitely remind me of like Evermore for sure. And her voice is incredible. If you know her from the Mean Girls movie and you like don't think based off of that, because like the Mean Girls movie was like not that great, the new one, but if you don't like her based off of that, please give her music a chance. It's incredible. It's so good, and you won't regret it ever. Like, her music is so good. And then next we have Kahan. I really like his music. I'm just starting kind of to get into it. Obviously, I'm sure you've heard Stick Season. And his music is definitely very lyric heavy. I was about to put him in the country, because he's definitely giving like folk country for sure, because he gives a little bit of country vibes. He has multiple country artists featured on his songs, so I would definitely say he gives off a country twang, but very slow. Like, he's definitely folk. But I really love him, and he has incredible lyricism as well. I would say if you like Taylor Swift, the one person I would recommend is Kahan, because he's literally just the male version of Taylor Swift. Like, he is the epitome of Taylor Swift. So just listen to her, or listen to him if you like Taylor Swift, for sure. Like, if you could get anything from this video, listen to Kahan if you like Taylor Swift. Okay, next we have Lizzie McAlpine, which I haven't listened to too much of her, but I do really like her. I'm sure you've heard the song Ceilings, and I really like her voice, and her lyricism again is incredible. Definitely reminds me of Folklore for sure. And then next we have Maisie Peters, which I just started getting into her. I really like her. Her album came out, I think, last year or a couple years ago. Not too long ago. The Good Witch. So good. Loved that song, or loved that album. Incredible. And yeah, you should definitely check her out if you like Taylor Swift. Alright, and the last person we have, maybe ending on a bit of a note, if you are a big Olivia Rodrigo fan, but that is Joshua Bassett. Now listen, I recommended him to my friend, and she was like because like, the whole drama, but he is genuinely like such a good lyricist. He has such good lyrics, and his voice is just incredible. His voice is really good. Like, I'm sorry, his voice is so good. That's all I can say. His voice is really good. I also really like him as a person now, because he's a Christian now, and as you know, I'm a Christian, and a lot of his songs have definitely Christian undertones. So if you're a Christian and you like songs with like biblical undertones, definitely check him out, because he makes a lot of his new music is very like Christian undertone. The Golden Years is his new album. Incredible, amazing album. You should definitely check him out. Anyway, guys, thank you so much for watching. I hope you enjoyed this video, and if you did, please leave a like, subscribe, turn on the post notifications so you can get notified whenever I post new videos, and comment down below if I missed any singers that you like and think that remind you of Taylor Swift. I couldn't really get all of them in here because I didn't want it to be an hour-long video. Comment down below this emoji if you watched till the end. And yeah, thank you. Bye.